Hi, and welcome to this lecture about animation in Unity. In this lecture, we are going to create few simple animations, as well as look at the humanoid animations. For now, we are going to animate this capsule. To create an animation, you select the game object, in this case capsule, go to Window, Animation, then Animation. It will open a window and click Create. It will ask you where you want to save it, so we will save it as capsule. It will open the dope sheet for the animation. This is how Unity uses the animation, or how it creates the animation. One thing you need to notice that capsule now has an animator component. This animator component was created automatically once we created the animation file. Another thing, controller, there is a capsule. It also created an animation controller once we created our animation. So now we will click back capsule, and we want a simple animation. The capsule will move all the way here and return back in 1 second. So we will start by add property, transform, then position. It will record the position at the beginning and the same position at the end. Now for the center, we are moving to 30 frames. Now this can be either frames or seconds. Now it's selected frames. You can select seconds. It will show up to 1 second, and now it will until half a second. So we click record and move the capsule to the area or to the location we want it to reach, and we click the record again to disable it. Now if you move the slider, you will see that it will reach the position, then it will return to the origin point. We can click play and it will show this animation. We can animate another game object, for example this one. We can do the same. We can create an animation. We will call it policeman 1, and we can do the same thing. We will add position, and at 30 seconds we click record, and we set it to, we move it to the location where we want it to reach. Then we click play. You will notice it going up and down. Another game object, we will do the same thing. Create policeman 2, add property. This time we will go with rotation, and at the half a second we will rotate, change the rotation to 180 degrees on the y-axis. You will notice that it will rotate to 180 degrees and then return back to the original rotation. For the last one, we are going to make a scale animation. Policeman 3, add property, transform, scale, and also at half a second we will make the scale 2. on all the axes. So let's run it and see. That's a nice effect. Okay, when we hit play and go into the play mode, all the animations should start. If you click on the policeman prefab and window, animation, animator, it will open the animator for the policeman. You will notice that there is an animation playing. This is the only animation in this animation controller. It's starting from the point of entry. So we will hit play again to stop. Now for the humanoid animation. The asset that we have imported comes with the humanoid animations. For humanoid animations, they must have an avatar. Now this one, that zombie, has an avatar. It comes with the FBX file, the 3D model file, but it doesn't have an animation here. When you click the FBX file, you go to the inspector, you will see the rig, it says humanoid. Humanoid is any 3D model that acts like a human. It can be represent a human or an alien or a robot, but it must have certain bone structure that's similar to a human. When a game object or a model has these called rig, that's humanoid, you can play any humanoid animation with this game object. You can see the rig of this game object or the model by clicking configure. You will see that it has a humanoid bone structure. We will go back and back to the folder of Toony Tiny People, animation, zombie. It has multiple animations, all of them with FBX extension. To extract an animation from an FBX file, you need, this is the animation file. Once you click it, and you can find a preview, you can click play, it will show this animation, but it's all grayed out. You need to extract this file from the FBX. You can extract it by clicking control, holding control and pressing D. It will come out as an asset separate with .anim extension. As you can see, it's the same exact animation. Now to use this animation with the zombie, we will click the zombie, and it already has an animator, but it doesn't have an animator controller. So we will go up, create animator controller. We will call it zombie, and we will drag it and drop it here, and double click the zombie animator controller and open the animator window. We can also lock it here. You will see that it's empty, it doesn't have any animation, as we need to create a state. So we create a state, an empty state. Since it's the only state here, it will be the one that the animator will start immediately after entry. We can click and rename the state to walking. Then the motion, this is where you select the animation file. You can click here. There is a lot of animations, but Some of them are not suitable, such as the policeman, the capsule that we created. These are not for a humanoid, it will not work. So we will go, or they might work, but it will be just moving it back and forth. This is not what we want. We want an actual animation, a humanoid animation that will move the bones. We'll go to animation and bring the walking animation that we extracted, and we can drag drag and drop it here. Now this walking state has a walking animation. We can hit play. You will see that the zombie starts to walk and it keeps walking. Why? Because this animation has a root motion. You see in the animator, apply root motion is checked, so the animation can control the position in the world. If you click to remove apply root motion, you will notice that the zombie now is walking in its place. If we start from the beginning and remove the apply root motion, it will be walking as well, but it will not move. Okay, we will talk about animation later. We will make more animation states when we are creating our first game, but for now that's it about the animation. See you in the next lecture.